Alright everyone, Supreme Kami over here, and the last warfare unit to review is going to be the Tallgeese 2 over here. So in terms of Tallgeese 2 over here, we do have 5 parts over here, so in terms of trying to invest into this one, it's not going to be that bad. I think the best part to actually exchange for is definitely going to be the head part right here. So this one is going to be an offensive up alpha, and this one is going to be raising your melee and shot attack up by 30%, and then if you do have it up and max out at level 10 right here, you'll be getting 39%, and then you do alterate it, you'll be getting up to a 49%. So this is definitely one of the better part to be looking at in terms of EX skill standpoint. So this one is definitely going to be a high recommendation for sure. This one, in terms of the doper gun right here, I never actually used this one myself, so I'll actually be testing it on camera with you guys as well. And then in terms of that, all the other one, I will go over it in just a little bit. So we also do have the pilot right here, the one that actually piloted the Tallgeese 2 trace over here, so you can actually get this one a fairly easy to get, I will have to say. If you guys do get this one is going to be able to work out your infighter job grade right there, so it's gonna be pretty good overall. So this one, get this up to portrait level 10, and then if you do get the proficiency up, that is going to be a easy 20 points right there for both your commander, or not your commander, excuse me, that is going to be a different one. Whoa. But that one is definitely going to be going towards your commander work grade as well, and then for space, if you need that for sure. But this one is definitely going to be a great utensil for your infighter as well. Portrait wise, it's definitely not going to be that great. This one is like a survival chance of, you know, a survival blow. 14% chance is definitely low balling it, so not going to be the best pickup. 5 parts over here, like I said again, and then these in terms of the portrait, I don't remember how great they are, but we'll definitely take a closer look at the alteration version, so that will greatly determine, like, do you guys even need to alterate it, and then do you guys even need to farm it up to portrait level 10. So let me do actually filter things out by the Wing Gundam series over here, so we can just kind of take a bit of a look. So Tallgeese 2 is going to be right over here. So like I said again, when you guys do max this one out, this one is going to be looking at a 49%. So that is going to be a very powerful, just you know, like a buffer for you guys. So that would be really great in like arena, for example, or just, you know, any, like, let's say multi-mission matches where you just want some attack or even shot up with there. I know in terms of the aesthetic, I'm not really like the biggest fan of Tallgeese, so that may, you know, be like your deciding factor whether or not you want to max it out. But, you know, in terms of the usability, definitely 10 out of 10 for sure. All right, let's take a look at the chest real quick, or is it really worth mentioning? So it's actually not that bad at all, because this one is going to be providing a shooting power boost by 30%. So for any new player, beginning player, or just, you know, just anyone that needs a better torso portrait, this one is definitely going to be a great tools right there. This one is going to be good for tech attributes specifically. First portrait may not be the best because it's only going to be a pierce boosting, so I'm never going to be a big fan of that, besides when you have a specific event like those really hard content where, like, your enemy has like a set amount of defense, for example, or they raise the bar where you really need like EX skill that does ace piercing, for example, or like any high piercing EX skill. These right here are definitely going to be a great utensil, but in terms of general content, they're not really much needed anyway. But this one, I would have to say, is not a bad option if you guys are planning to get just anything that has a good portrait, for example. Definitely not bad. Moving back to the arm right here, in terms of arm, this one is actually not that bad after alteration. But in terms of this one, you definitely would have to alterate it in order to kind of draw out the maximum power that this EX skill can be doing, because after alteration, this one is able to go up to a B power, so definitely a much needed alteration for sure. Taking a look at the leg wise over here, this one is not really that important, so this one I will have to say just get maybe just get the bare minimum, get one part of it, and just call it a day. I don't really see a purpose of, let's say, reducing your enemy piercing, like your EX skill penetration, so kind of not needed in a way, so that's definitely going to be a skip. And last but not least, we have the backpack. Backpack is actually for melee specific. Okay, so this one is definitely a weird one, because this one is giving a shooting boosting and a melee boosting. So this one is, I don't know, this one is definitely mixing the water for sure. But this one, yeah, something about the first portrait, like in terms of the condition, with for space enemy, like, yeah, that's definitely killing it for sure. Like, So this one's only gonna activate when you're facing against, let's say, enemy with or space vortex. So I don't even know how you're supposed to know that. So yeah, this one is definitely gonna be a not that great in terms of first portrait, but the secondary portrait definitely makes it for. So if you guys do need something, like a back boosting, for example, this one could be something you guys can look forward to as well. Keep that in mind. This is going to be protected view. Vortex wise is definitely not going to be the best, but you do have high mobility as a bridge right there, so not too terrible overall. So in terms of the portrait, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be like a 50-50 situation. If you guys do have better torso portrait already, don't even bother with them for bow shooting, for shooting specifically. And then for back, if you guys do have any better options out there already, they are not gonna be for you. I just don't feel like, you know, spending those resources on something you guys already have, for example. So they are definitely gonna be a hot skip for sure. So in terms of overall build, I do have it right here already. So this is going to be the overall model in game. It does not look that bad overall. I think the detail is definitely pretty good, you know, not too bad. So I am going to be hopping into an EX skill showcase, obviously. I think I'll just actually do a cooldown reduction type build. So I will put this onto my shooting base over here. So I'm going to put it on this one. So yesterday I was working with the SD. Start winning over here, so I'm gonna replace the skin now and turn this into the Tallgeese 2, and this is gonna be the overall shooting base unit, the cooldown reduction type build. So you guys have already seen this already, so without any further ado, gonna be hopping into a match real quick and then see you guys then. Alright, we are in. So let's see. So we do have the offensive up, so I'm gonna show you guys how powerful the offensive up can be. So let me just kind of blow you guys. Alright, so you guys see that attack right there, like roughly about 33 or 23,000 right there, or 29. That's actually a little bit more of a type advantage, right? So let me activate this one real quick so you guys can see how much attack we yeah, look at how much more damage we're doing. Because I do have one portrait that is, I believe, a few portrait that is actually giving me some buff EX skill effects up, so that's why we did have that. So that one's 49%, and then I believe I have about 60% buff tray up, so that's why we're roughly doing about 100% up, so that's why it's a lot more powerful. So that's why always packing those buff EX skill effects. They're way too powerful. All right, can I? So okay, so you can actually knock your opponent out. So I guess cool. All right, I actually did equip the Lance Tempest from the Tallgeese app, so I mean, like, why not? It's actually from the same thing as well. In terms of this one, this is actually the Tallgeese app's doppelganger as well. So all right, got that piece or that what do you call it? Staggering right there. Okay, cool. So right now, in terms of overall damage, it should drop right back to 23, or like roughly about 20 to 20 or 30,000. So hitting that real quick, yep, 20 something. So in terms of shot, like I just want to see how many maximum shot we can get. So once I do like a friend battle, we can definitely see what kind of damage output we are looking like. So for this time around, like in the final phase, I will actually be activating the limit break, activating the offensive up once again. So in terms of this one, since this one is like a beam weaponry, so you guys can see that in terms of damage output, it is going to be multiplied by 2 once again. So we are doing a lot of output. So that's why I think I actually do like the Z experience. It's actually pretty fun, I will have to say. On a cooldown reduction type build like that, you can just kind of rain down those beam attack on your opponent. So that's actually quite fun. So the last thing I'll do right now is actually going to be a damage comparison. So I'm going to try my best to see if I can form up to or get this up to portrait or EX skill level 10 for the dope again, and then we will try it out with the alternated version and then project alteration and see what kind of damage difference we can expect. Alright guys, with that being said, that is going to be the EX skill showcase for the Tallgeese 2 over here. So you guys can definitely let me know how do you guys feel about the doppelganger over here. So after the alteration and project alteration, you guys can definitely see what kind of damage we are looking at. So project alteration, we are looking at roughly about 180k. And then after alteration, we're roughly doing about 600k damage. Like, oh my gosh, that's definitely powerful for sure. Obviously, I did have my limit break active, so that would definitely multiply or double what kind of output we're looking at. But this one, looking at, you know, after alteration, definitely something I would see myself using in a kind of like a multi-mission match, for example, just because I would like to rain down those beam attacks on my enemy and all that without having to move like anywhere, I would have to say. So overall, in terms of this Tallgeese 2, definitely the best portrait or the EX skill to get is definitely going to be head part. For sure, get this one. It's going to help you guys a lot in terms of buffing yourself, or that is going to be definitely going to be great. So with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and then I'll catch you guys all on the next one.